What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to LTQ Wrestling Podcast. I am BDJ. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your week. We got Thanksgiving next week. We got AEW Full Gear this Saturday, November 22nd. We got WWE Survivor Series War Games next weekend. So a lot of professional wrestling is always to watch. AEW Blood and Guts was last week, which got a lot of attention for good and bad. If you like blood and hardcore wrestling, it was the show for you. If not, it was probably a turnoff. So let's get right into it. So AEW usually delivers with the pay-per-views. Say what you want about them. They usually give you what you pay for, especially when you're paying, I believe, $60, $70 per pay-per-view. They don't have it on like, WWE does it, which on streaming you can just watch it for a better price. I mean, on Max, you do get a discount, but it's still like $30 or $40. But you get what your money is worth, You don't really have a bad show with AEW, especially with pay-per-views. Do they have a lot of rematches sometimes? Yes. But I do think most of the time they deliver with the quality of their pay-per-view. So let's get right into it. The first match, Boom and Doom against RPG Vice. I believe it's for Pungy Vice. Could be wrong. I really paid attention to Boom and Doom too much. They're usually on the pre-show. I don't watch a lot of the AEW Full Gear pre-shows. But, I mean, this match is zero importance. It's pretty much just a match to throw on the pre-show, get the fans hyped a little bit. So I'm going to go Boom and Doom gets the win here. I mean, again, maybe RPG Vice or Pungy Vice get the win. But it doesn't matter. This is just a match that's thrown on the card. So I'm going to go Boom and Doom, get the victory here. Not really much else to say about this match. I mean, kind of it's just there. So we have another tag team match, Fatal 4-Way, Outrunners against Bowens and Caster, against Big Bill and Brian Keith against Bang Bang Gang. Now, again, is this number one contender match? I don't think so. It's pretty much just to get these four teams on the card. I'm going to go Outrunners get the win here. I remember like a few months ago they had so much hype behind them, and AEW just didn't really do much with them. It's kind of a shame because sometimes like talents get over on their own and then creative just doesn't have anything for them. It happens in all wrestling companies, and I feel like Outrunners has kind of been a victim of that. But I believe they're going to get the win here. If I had to make a second guess, it would maybe be Bang Bang Gang. Don't really see Caster and Bowens getting the win here. Their story has just been a disaster. And then Brian Keith and Big Bill, I don't really see them. They're not going to take the pin, I don't think, but they're not going to get the win here. So, yeah, I'm going to go Outrunners get the win. So next match, we have Pac, who's been back for about a month or two from his injury, against Darby Allin. I think this will be a very fun match. Both these guys can work. Say what you want about Darby and how he puts his body on the line for just dumb stuff, which he does. This is going to be a very interesting back and forth match. Now, I think Darby Allin's going to win this just because I feel like they're still setting him up to eventually win the AEW World title. Now, they're not going to do it right now because Hangman's a babyface and he holds the title. I do think the next year, or maybe even less, that you're probably going to see Darby Allin win the AEW World title. I've been hearing it since he climbed Mount Everest or whatever he did, that his plan was to come back and win the AEW World title. That was the plan AEW's had. I don't think that's changed. We all know Tony Khan loves Darby Allin. So I do think Darby gets the win here, continues to ride that momentum. Pac doesn't really get hurt off a loss here. I mean, it's Darby Allin. He's one of the top babyfaces in the company. I think it's to be a good back and forth match. Do I see Moxley and all them getting involved? Most likely. But we'll see. I think Darby Allin gets the win. There's probably going to be interference because AEW loves to have a lot of run-ins. The referee just stands there and looks around like, oh, what happened here? So that's what I think happens. So Darby Allin for the win. So the next match, I don't really have a flat-out prediction, but we have a Gauntlet Casino for the first ever AEW National Champion. Now, AEW has a lot of championships. They're getting Women's Tag Team Champions, going now. They got this AEW National Champion. Now, I think they have a lot of titles, and really way too many titles. Same with WWE. I think both companies are just oversaturated with championships where it's like everybody has a title and it's not really that important. But I hope this title gets treated well. Hopefully they give it to somebody who really could use a championship, who really hasn't been doing a lot. I hope it's not like a main event guy who's held a lot of championships or had a lot of success already. Like, that doesn't really benefit the championship or him. Like, I get you want to get attention with a big name, but give it to somebody like, I can't even think of somebody off the top of my head, but somebody just, who needs it. So we'll have to see how this match goes. So next match for $1 million. They've been doing this. Young Bucks are putting money on the line stuff. Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks against Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's back. He's been dealing with health issues. You can tell he's not the same in the ring. He's definitely a tad bit slow, which I believe Kenny's like, 40 now? And he's dealt with his health issues and everything. So it's understandable. And sometimes you wonder if Kenny should just probably retire, especially if he looks bad in this match. Because you don't want to be like Undertaker where we remember you for your bad moments near the end. You know what I mean? Like Omega, obviously is way better than Undertaker in the ring when it comes to like wrestling, and he's a lot younger than Undertaker was. And Undertaker was doing his match against Goldberg and DX and stuff. But you guys probably get what I'm saying. Like, you don't want Omega to look like he's washed near the end of his run. And hopefully, maybe he's back healthy during this match and looks 10 times better. So who do I see getting the win here? I'm going to go Jurassic Express and Omega get the win. Josh Alexander probably takes the pin here, if I had to guess, which is unfortunate. I'm a huge Josh Alexander fan. I haven't really liked his booking in AEW so far because if you guys didn't watch TNA, this guy was TNA World Champion. He was putting on classics every single pay-per-view. He was the biggest star they've had in a while there. And when he left, I understood it because you weren't getting paid what you wanted. TNA's had a lot of trouble keeping their main guys. They lost Joe Hendry. Leon Slater's probably going to be out the door. They lost Jordan Grace. They lost him. They lost Mike Bailey. Like, TNA's struggling right now with finances. WWE's obviously helping them out a little bit. But, like, yeah, his booking definitely hasn't been the best. And he had the issue with Ibushi where Ibushi fell off the top rope. And you guys all know that. But, yeah, Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks probably not winning here. Could they win? Yeah. But, it's Omega's return. Jurassic Express has been pretty hot with the fans. I could definitely see them getting the win here. And which honestly should be a very good match. So I can't wait to see this match. Hopefully there's some selling because sometimes the Young Bucks don't sell. But I think it'll be a fun match regardless. So next match we have Mark Briscoe against Kyle Fletcher and no DQ for the TNT Championship. And Mark Briscoe loses. He must join the Don Callis family. Now, that's a very interesting stipulation. It ain't like the Don Callis family don't have enough members, I think they could use another right here. I think Kyle Fletcher probably retains because it gives Mark Briscoe a story. They can keep this going where he's in the Don Callis family. Because Mark Briscoe, if he loses here, what's next? I mean, he doesn't really win any big matches. His feud with MJF wasn't too bad. I just don't know if they want to put the TNT title on him. Kyle Fletcher is the future of this company. I mean, do they really want him to lose to Mark Briscoe right now? He's been champion for a minute, but do they really want him to lose? That's a big if. I don't know if they do, but it adds a story if Briscoe does lose because you could put him in the Don Callis family for a while and eventually, I don't know how long they would make that story go, but you can make it go for a while and give him something to do, and then Kyle Fletcher can move on to something else. I think this will be a very fun match. I'm a huge Kyle Fletcher fan. I think he's just fantastic. He's been great in AEW. I mean, when him and Ospreay were having the matches, I was like bawling immediately because those matches were incredible. And then I saw him against MJF, and I'm like, damn. Me and QJ watched that match. We're like, damn, this guy can go. And obviously, he was from New Japan and everything. He's only 26, 27. So, bright future Kyle Fletcher. I see him retaining here in a very good match. So, we have another tag team title match, or not another, but another tag team match, I should say. FTR against Brodito for the AEW tag titles. Seems like FTR is always involved in the tag titles and the Young Bucks, which is sometimes unfortunate. Who do I see winning here? I think this would be a very good wrestling match. Most of the matches on this show probably will be. I'm going to go Brodito retains. I don't really see FTR having a need to win the titles back right now. They're multi-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. But I do think this is going to be a fantastic match. Brodito's gotten over. I mean, they've been one of them tag teams that, are thrown together but work. And, sometimes I hate tag teams that are thrown together, but sometimes, there's just something that clicks. It's like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. You wouldn't have thought that team would work, but it clicked. So I think Brodito retain. They continue their run as tag team champions. So the two biggest matches on the show we have left to predict: Chris Statlander against Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's title. Now, part of me thinks Mercedes is going to win because she just won, another 2 championships? She's up to 13 or 14 of them now. Like, that's just insane. But Chris Statlander just won the championship. So it makes you wonder, do they keep her reign going? Because I wonder that because Mercedes, it's the only title she hasn't held, the AEW World title. Do they want to add that to her collection of like 30 championships at this point? She didn't beat Toni Storm for it, but is she going to lose again? It's very intriguing to me. I don't know. It's kind of a flip of a coin for me. I know a lot of fans are probably thinking like Statlander retains probably that 60 to 40 chance, but I think it's 50-50. But I'm going to go with my gut here. I think Mercedes wins. I really do. AEW loves her. She's won every title. This will be her second loss for the AEW Women's World title. I think it makes a lot of sense to have her win it because you have her hold all the titles. I mean, if you're going to go all in on it, you might as well go with the world title as well. Now, I still wonder how she's going to drop all these belts, but that's the story for another day. So I'm going to go Mercedes Moné wins. I think this will be, again, another fantastic wrestling match. Say what you want about Mercedes. She's one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet. Chris Statler is very good as well. So I can't wait to see how this match turns out. This is probably the most intriguing match to me on this show because I really don't know who's going to win this. So I can't wait to see a good women's wrestling match. So our main evento, as Tears always likes to say, Hangman Adam Page against Samoa Joe for the AEW World title. Now, I do think Hangman's going to retain. I don't see him dropping the title. It does suck to see Joe take back-to-back losses, but Joe's a guy you could put in any feud, and he could be a fantastic heel in. He can always talk. His career's winding down, it sounds like, unfortunately. But I do think Joe's that type of heel that you can put against anybody. He can take losses, and it doesn't, hurt him badly taking losses because he's just that big monster badass that you can go, oh, yeah, Joe lost, but he's still Joe. Like, it's pretty much like that. So do I see anything happening after this match? Maybe a new challenger comes out and challenges Hangman. They usually do stuff like that. Probably going to be interference from Joe's group or try to be interference. I think it'll be a very good match. So the last match was very good. But I'm going to go Adam Hangman Page gets the win here. I don't see him dropping the title to Samoa Joe. It'll be fascinating to see who does beat Hangman and Page for the title, but it ain't going to be Samoa Joe. So that'll be my predictions for AEW Full Gear. Make sure to like and subscribe for more AEW and WWE pro wrestling. We got it. Content. We are on Spotify now, so if you prefer to listen to your podcasts or videos, make sure to check us out on there. And the LTQ Wrestling Podcast is what we go by on there as well. So if you type in the search bar, it should pop right up. We got 2 audios on there right now, the Joe Hendry video and our latest podcast. Make sure to check out those videos as well. Appreciate the support as always. Peace.